Numbers. Chapter 7. The leaders bring gifts to the sacred tent. When Moses had finished setting up the sacred tent, he dedicated it to the Lord, together with its furnishings, the altar, and its equipment. Then the 12 tribal leaders of Israel, the same men who had been in charge of counting the people, came to the tent with gifts for the Lord. They brought 6 strong carts and 12 oxen, 1 ox from each leader and a cart from every 2. The Lord said to Moses, "Accept these gifts, so the Levites can use them here at the sacred tent for carrying the sacred things." Then Moses took the carts and oxen and gave them to the Levites, who were under the leadership of Ithamar son of Aaron. Moses gave 2 carts and 4 oxen to the Gershonites for their work, and 4 carts and 8 oxen to the Merarites for their work. But Moses did not give any to the Kohathites, because they were in charge of the sacred objects that had to be carried on their shoulders. On the day the altar was dedicated, the 12 leaders brought offerings for its dedication. The Lord said to Moses, "Each day 1 leader is to give his offering for the dedication." So each leader brought the following gifts: a silver bowl that weighed 1.5 kilograms and a silver sprinkling bowl weighing almost a kilogram, both of them filled with flour and olive oil as grain sacrifices and weighed according to the official standards, a small gold dish filled with incense, a young bull, a full-grown ram, and a year-old ram as sacrifices to please the Lord, a goat as a sacrifice for sin, and 2 bulls, 5 full-grown rams, 5 goats, and 5 rams a year old as sacrifices to ask the Lord's blessing. The tribal leaders brought their gifts and offerings in the following order. On the first day Nahshon from Judah, on the second day Nethanel from Issachar, on the third day Eliab from Zebulun, on the 4th day Elizur from Reuben, on the 5th day Shelumiel from Simeon, on the 6th day Eleazar from Gad, on the 7th day Elishama from Ephraim, on the 8th day Gamaliel from Manasseh, on the 9th day Abidan from Benjamin, on the 10th day Ahiezer from Dan, on the 11th day Pagel from Asher, on the 12th day Ahira from Naphtali. And so when the altar was dedicated to the Lord, these 12 leaders brought the following gifts: 12 silver bowls and 12 silver sprinkling bowls, weighing a total of almost 28 kilograms, according to the official standards, 12 gold dishes filled with incense and weighing over a kilogram, 12 bulls, 12 full-grown rams, and 12 rams a year old as sacrifices to please the Lord, along with the proper grain sacrifices, 12 goats as sacrifices for sin, and 24 bulls, 60 full-grown rams, 60 goats, and 60 rams a year old as sacrifices to ask the Lord's blessing. Whenever Moses needed to talk with the Lord, he went into the sacred tent, where he heard the Lord's voice coming from between the 2 winged creatures above the lid of the sacred chest.